Welcome back to Better Living. I'm here with Bob from AAA Car Care Plus. He's here in Northwest Ohio, and this is the kind of thing we really need to think about during the winter. We have not gotten the snow we got last year, and thank heavens it moved east this time, so we didn't get it this week. But even when we don't have a ton of snow on the ground, there are still things we need to worry about with our car and being prepared for winter weather, isn't there?
Absolutely, and even with the weather that we've had recently, you know, the call volumes go up quite a bit.
Sure.
Because what we see is the biggest thing is dead batteries. So, you know, when we talk about maintaining the car, that's really the key, is maintaining the car for the winter. So check the battery, you know, check the tire, make sure that tire pressures and tire treads are where they should be, so you're not slipping off the road.
You don't want to have no tire tread during this kind of weather, that's for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. Check belts, hoses, you know, and all your fluids. You want to make sure that all of those are up for the winter. Coolant, so that it provides heat in the car and obviously keeps the car cool. Those are the biggest things that we're seeing right now.
Well, you obviously want to keep the car from overheating in this kind of weather, but what about, like, you said something about batteries. Do we need to, and you actually have some here, do we need to keep jumper cables in our cars? You really can't depend on, we all have those cell phones that I think they create a false sense of security. We think, I can call somebody, they can come help me, but it's better if we have it with us, isn't it?
Absolutely. If you have jumper cables available, not only, you know, can you help yourself, but you can help somebody else.
Yeah.
You know, so, and it does save the time of waiting for service, because the reality is when it gets really cold, that's when service times go up.
And I don't want to sit on the side of the road, honestly. Even if I have enough gas to keep my car on, maybe, you know, if it's something else, maybe it's a tire that's come off, and so I can keep my car on and stay warm. Still, it's kind of scary to be on the side of the road, especially in this kind of weather. My fear is somebody's going to slide off and hit me. Absolutely.
It is a dangerous situation on the roadside. You know, unfortunately, there are people that aren't paying attention.
Right.
And, you know, so we always have to be cognizant of those kinds of things. So it's definitely a good thing to be prepared with the car itself.
Well, let's talk about what we need to keep in our car to keep us safe as we're out driving this winter.
So most importantly is prepare yourself, right? So make sure that you're dressed properly.
Yes.
You know, make sure you have several layers of clothes if needed, or have extra clothes, or perhaps a blanket available in the car. Very, very important for you, so that if you do get stranded, you can utilize that. And interestingly, one of the most unthought about things is having a candle available, because in the space of the car, a candle will actually provide enough heat to keep you warm.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Now, if you have one, though, make sure that you have matches. And I do have matches.
Because you need that. You need matches to be able to light the candle. You can't, especially if your car's not working, you can't turn it. Well, most cars don't even have cigarette lighters anymore, do they? A lot of them don't.
A lot of them don't.
They're just power adapters
just a power
instead.
adapter.
Yes.
Exactly.
The other thing I think for women don't think about this, but if we're in heels at work and then we're in our car, it's a good idea to keep a pair of boots in the car, something with a flat sole at least. Absolutely. You'd want to have another pair of boots or shoes, something that's going to protect your feet if you have to get out into the snow, especially if you're into a ditch. You know, if you step out into a ditch, you may be in knee-high or waist-high snow. And those heels aren't going to do you much good then. No. Well, let's talk about what else we need in the car. We talked about blankets, a candle, matches. You brought with you a flashlight. That's probably a really good idea. Absolutely. Flashlights are important in case you have to get out of the car, so that you can actually see what might be going on. A little reflector like this is very important. This reflector actually is a little beacon, and believe it or not, at night we can see this from a long ways away if we're looking for you. So this is a very important little tool. You can buy these at some of the local stores and so on to get this particular piece. Drinking water. And we were talking before the show, but this is available, you know, at the military stores. So that's the only place I've been able to find this. If you can't get this, just keep a bottle of water. Even though it may ice up a little bit, it'll thaw out a little bit. That's what I was telling you. I have a lot of bottles of water in the back of my SUV, only they're all frozen right now, so they wouldn't do me much good if I needed them. Exactly. You've got an extra pair of gloves in there. Absolutely, an extra pair of gloves, because inevitably if you're working on something on the roadside, it's going to get wet, so you want to make sure that you have something to keep your hands warm. There is a first aid kit you know, should you need it, a very important thing. An extra coat. This is a little poncho type coat, and then there's also a lifeline blanket, and it's one of those blankets that will absorb your heat and keep you warm.
One other thing, just quickly, I want to mention, we're almost out of time, but a scraper. Those of us who park in a garage, you may not keep a scraper in your car, and then you get at work and it snowed all day, or you stay somewhere else overnight and then you don't have one. Now, even if we're all prepared with all of these things, it's still always good to have a backup plan, and AAA can help us with that. How can we sign up for AAA? Where can we find more information about AAA and all their services?
So you can certainly go to AAA.com, and if you go there, we are putting this particular pamphlet, How to Go on Ice and Snow. This will be available on our website. And to sign up for AAA, you can go to AAA.com or call 419-843-1200. And they'll direct you to our membership department.
All right, well, that is a sure way to help you stay safe during this winter season, but also all year long. We'll be right back on Better Living.